Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of, I don't know what it's called, TBC. That's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think it should be called? Like, put your ideas in the comments below.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, viewer decides. Let us know what it should be called. If not, we'll think of something for next week.
Yeah, or maybe we can get some ideas and then we'll take a vote.
Yeah, we'll take a vote. Good idea.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's introduce ourselves. My name's Matt from Profile Digital Agency, with the two other main men in the business, Chris and Matt. You want to say hello?
Hello.
After you, Squire.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Paul.
So Matt is operations director and Chris is technical director. Two very experienced people, and hopefully, if we sit down like this more often, we can chew the fat and talk about some interesting stuff, or not, as it may seem.
Work in progress for me.
Yeah.
First time I've done this, so please bear with.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. So, fellas, we're in a fancy new studio in our new offices. What do you reckon?
It's nice.
It's good, isn't it?
It's nice. Yeah, it's quite nice. I like the screen.
They look nice, don't they?
Yeah, I do like them.
Hopefully they look all right on camera, but we're getting there.
On Canva.
Canva, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Who installed the screens?
Wade and Ramsey, shout out to them,
Wades.
yeah.
Big
They've
up.
been awesome. That's an 85-inch behind and 255, so it looks good.
Why don't we start there? I think that's actually quite a nice place to start because our origins and our ethos and what we built our the beginnings on was local business. And
I think that's very fundamental to our course still, would you agree?
I do, yeah. Certainly the bread and butter. Keeping local business on board, shopping local, that very much is kind of what we set out to be. And I actually said on the what do we call it, the vlog, probably a couple of times ago, like it's a natural progression that you're gonna work with bigger businesses.
Yeah, for sure.
But we don't want to.
As your team grows, then our capabilities grow also, which lends itself to bigger businesses. But what you're saying is bang on. Yeah. We were built on the fact of working with the businesses that were smaller and more independent, because we were offering them a service you'd never get from a normal agency.
Exactly that.
Putting a one-man band on the map was quite important to us, wasn't it? It probably still is to a certain extent. We've still got a lot of them.
I think it's also quite scary for potential prospects to potentially go to a bigger agency, just because, I don't know. Like,
even us, mate, when we're talking, at the moment we're looking for a graphic designer. Yeah. So I'm getting hit up by graphic design agencies, and in my mind, all I'm thinking about is cost.
Yeah, of course.
It's natural, isn't it? Not the value they could offer us. The first thing I think about is cost. You say agency, people think it's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, not necessarily true.
100% not. So. We now know that not to be the case.
Yeah.
To be the case, sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
So Chris, let's talk about your department, because I think that's probably what people know about us the most. You've got to be happy about how things are going, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm over the moon about how things are going, to be honest with you. It's been just over a year since I joined up with you guys, and
15 months.
Yeah,
was
right,
mate? About 15 months.
Yeah,
it's just over a year, isn't it?
Yeah, just over a year. Good old stuff. You'll get a lot of it.
I wouldn't go that far, Rodney.
You'll get a lot of this.
It's like 2 decades, isn't it? I wouldn't go that far.
No.
Chateau Neuf to Pap.
No, it's been good, because obviously when I started, it was just me running up the websites, and we had a plethora.
I think when you came on board, you had a list of 12. You were 12 deep before we even started.
Yeah, I was in minus numbers.
We literally didn't have a choice for you to come on board. It was like,
So a bit of background story. Chris was doing our websites from home and evenings and weekends from his other job, and we got so busy that it got crazy. Like you were doing quite a few of us in your own time, and then when you finally came on board, I think you had at least 10 or 12 on the board. Like, right, mate,
you crack on. There you go.
Crack on, mate. There you go.
Yeah, it just built up and built up. And
it was quite an organic process, though, wasn't it?
It was a great process.
It already felt like you were part of the team.
Yeah, I had no choice, did I? Just crack on.
That sounds so bad.
It's like, it's your first day on the job. There you go, 12 websites, off you go. Yeah. Cheers, Binge.
I don't think we've ever recovered.
No. Do you remember it got bad at one point? Didn't it? We were like in at 5 a.m, leaving at like 6, 7 at night. It was just ridiculous. I remember being in the office one morning working on a project. You walked in at like 6. You're like, how long have you been here? Like, oh God, you don't want to know. It was that bad. I went to work in St Ives on a Friday morning at it must have been about 5 o'clock. And there was literally still people out from the night from the night out, like just loitering around.
Oh, no way.
It was a nightmare.
Shouting at pigeons and dancing to car
pretty
alarms.
much. Pretty much. No, it's been good fun. My department's grown like massively as well.
And you guys have got, one thing I will say, not only are you pushing the boundaries, that's such a generic thing to say, by the way, people always say it, I really think you are, like, some of the work you guys are knocking out is properly sensational.
That's
like,
wicked, isn't it?
It's really, really cool.
It's wicked.
It's like so cool. So again, those who don't know, Chris has got an amazing eye for design, and we're very fortunate with Chris. I'm going to say it in front of you, but
Cheers, bud.
he's a really good designer, but also a great programmer, and that's really rare to have someone that can do a little bit of everything.
You know
but
what
having
I call you, don't you?
What's that?
You know what I call him?
what?
Our digital Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, that's it. So having someone that can do it all we're very fortunate. But you know, the big transition for Chris is building a team that produces the same work, and I think we're actually there now. Which is now you're dangerous because we were one guy. Now we're a team that have adopted the same processes and stuff.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it didn't take them long to adjust either. Like, I mean, the designers we've had come through, been amazing. Been absolutely amazing. They've adopted our style, my approach to how we want things to look and how everyone wants things to look. And we don't settle for anything less, to be honest with you, because it won't make it out first place otherwise. So, but no, they've done a great job just adapting to what we want, and they're delivering it. So hats off to them. Nice
to have your own space as well.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Not in the engine room with the sales monkeys banging the drum.
Yeah, oh God. I see every 5 minutes of the day. Chris, what?
What do you think about this?
Yeah. Chris, can you design this for me, please? No,
go away. No, it's good. It's good fun.
So, yeah, good. So, Steph, from an operational point of view, sorry, man, I'm going to interrupt you there. How do you find the transition? Obviously, we single-handedly put all these processes in place ourselves, pretty much, didn't we?
Yeah.
We laughed about earlier, didn't we? The social media planner was in it. I used to write it up in a book.
On paper.
I used to write it on in my book. It was a nice book, to be fair. Yeah. Leather back, nice paper. Not as thick paper, Chris. It's not a laughing matter.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to line it all out, didn't I, Stav? And it got to about 15 or 16 with a ruler.
It couldn't be done without a ruler.
Stav said to me, why don't you do this every week on a spreadsheet?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you introduce it to spreadsheet?
No. Have you heard of this thing called Microsoft Excel?
Yeah. Such a creature of habit.
I felt like I was connected to them.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It's hard to make you let go, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
It's just a creature of habit.
Yeah, I had to make the transition.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
But anyway, the processes have been put in place.
Just to add to that, our business, we had a lunch in Nando's. I don't know, maybe last month, and it sort of just occurred to me that actually that was when we first sat down.
It certainly was, mate.
In May 2017, I think it was. May 2017. Met Matt for lunch at Nando's, and we started writing out kind of the outline of what our social media management
might entail,
look like, what it might entail, actually on paper. Funny enough.
Do you know what it is though, right? Even though we were narrowed down to back then, after what happened with Raw, I was dead set on that it was social media that did it. But at the time, the interesting thing about that was that Facebook were offering massive organic reach. And that isn't the case anymore. No. And we've adapted, you know this, and we've adapted to actually, it wasn't really the social media we wanted to help people with, it was just helping people with their online presence. Yeah, and the more we've dived into it, the more we've actually realised that now video is a big part of that, which we now help our clients. So you want some social media promotional, Google promotion? Let's have a look at your website. Oh dear, you've got an absolute shocker. Yeah, we can help you with that and all. It's the same. It's kind of the same ethos, isn't it? That we're here to help.
Yeah, 100%.
Regardless of your situation or where you are down the road, we've got a product and a service that can help you achieve more online, and that's. I think that is kind of what we set out to achieve, and I think we should be very proud of that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Even though we drew out 3 packages, now we've got about 75 different packages.
Yeah, I don't think the packages exist anymore, do they?
They're just bespoke to each client.
Yeah, it has to be though, because you can't deliver one guy or one client the same as.
No, that's something we've learned to.
It was probably right for the time. It gave a little bit of structure to what we were doing. It certainly probably in the early stages allowed our clients to. Kind of get understanding what we were actually.
If you got in early, you've done well.
We've still got some clients still paying the same money.
I know.
That is true.
If you got in early, you've done well.
No, I was thinking in my head they're going to get phased out, but they won't. I promise. No, we love those guys. Like the thing is, we wouldn't be here now without them.
Yeah,
exactly. Some of those, the worst thing is, some of those early clients. The best thing is, they took an absolute leap of faith by even coming with us, and I'll be forever grateful. I know I'm not going to say their name on camera, but a few of those clients that came with us, we had no portfolio, no case studies, just a big set of balls and some ambition, and maybe a glint in our eyes that would show them that we're keen to do it.
We did have a story. You did build a page to 50,000 through Raw. So we had. It wasn't like we were completely cold or complete amateurs. We
felt like it though at the time, didn't it, Steph? It did,
because we didn't have a brand, we didn't have a business. So you're kind of almost starting again, and you're trying to convince people without comparable evidence.
Speaking with a neutral hat, both of you two, how do you think our brand stacks up now in the sector?
I think it stacks up pretty well, especially around this area.
I think so.
I think
we've covered enough bases and put ourselves in front of enough people that around this area, and particularly, we're slowly becoming go-to guys.
I think for 12 months, people probably didn't take us 100% seriously. I don't think we've probably got the credit we deserved, actually, to be fair.
No, 100%.
And what do you mean by that?
Like if you towards the back end of 2017, early 2018, if you were to ask someone, who's the best website designer in the county, would our name have got mentioned? I don't think so.
No.
Would it now? I'd be very surprised if it didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one example. And we were knocking out some good work. It's not like we hadn't put out some good work.
I remember doing the first one.
I just think that the recognition is more there now, and certainly in the early days when I'm talking to people, I felt like I was almost begging them to give us a chance, rather than actually saying you need to give us a chance or you need to come with us for this reason.
Yeah.
And this is why we can deliver what we say we can.
Yeah.
Whereas even now, like moving into this premises, I said to Matt, like, even just a couple of hours ago, now with this base, this setup, it feels like I don't need to go out and meet people anymore. No. Like I can invite anyone to come here without being worried.
So those of you that don't know what he's talking about, we started on a kitchen table smaller than this, and within 2 or 3 months we swapped services for a couple of desks, a slightly better office, but it was still looked a little bit dated. Eventually we took over the whole office, and it was nice, a good location, but it was never really felt like it never really backed up our image and our claims, I don't think. No. What he's getting at now is, in this place, we're in you can see us now, we're in a studio, screens behind us, it looks cool, it's bright, it's vibrant, we've got bean bags, nice kitchen, a wonderful place in the office, a lot of people, desks, it looks very, very nice, we've got grass on the walls, it looks really cool. So what he's saying is, when you invite people in now, it's a very different story.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. The one good consistent thing between both offices, though.
You?
Huh?
You?
No. You still make a good cup of tea, Steph.
Oh yeah, well there is that.
I know a few that
good
don't.
cuppa. Yeah, I know.
Cam.
Absolute shockers.
Yeah.
He does not make. You need a step ladder to get down to his tea.
I know.
It's never near the top.
I know. He done bag in tea on me once.
What,
left the bag in.
Left the bag in.
Muppet.
Are we allowed to talk about tea bagging?
Yeah.
No, Steph.
No. Of course you can. Go on then. We've got
cut that one out, Ollie.
This is raw, unedited, unedited, unfiltered. So yeah, it's been good.
So you're saying you got tea bagged by Cam?
Steph, mate.
This has gone downhill quick.
Green tea or PG?
Steph.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
So anyway.
Collector's item earlier, Danny actually made a drink. I generally think that was the first. She's been here 3 months. I think that was the first time she made a drink.
Right. Since we're talking about Danny and the rest of them, let's talk about the people sitting in the office. I said this I was on another podcast earlier in the week, and I tipped my cap to the youngsters sitting in the office. I think they've been so often we'll get the praise for what the business has achieved. But I'll tell you what, it's nothing. It's all about the team.
Yeah,
they are a credit to the youngsters of our generation. I think
they're all evolving as well.
Honestly, Chris, they're so impressive.
Yeah, they're all getting better.
Ollie, for example, the guy standing on his cameras in now, is one of the most impressive young men I've ever met in my life. Leanne I thought she's been revolutionary for me. She took my diary on board, and she did a better job than what I ever did.
And she's moving over to my area as well.
Yeah, she's
slowly but surely.
Yours. You've got young Cam who's come into the business, probably very wet beyond the ears. Matt has taken him under his wing quite a lot, and we're slowly getting there. He's had a few ups and downs and a few speed bumps, but I think again, if anyone's stopping in the street and said, "What do you think of this man?" I say, "He's hugely impressive." Yeah, you know, and ultimately, there's so many others in there like that. What it means is ultimately for our customers get a great service, and they get treated with respect, and they know that the person's legit, like they really care, and that's important. Yeah, isn't it? Doesn't really matter what I think. I know that they're going to look after our customers like absolute champions, and which they are, which is really cool. That's like the best part of coming to work.
Yeah, definitely.
They are genuinely inspiring. Like some of the work that Ollie puts together blows me away.
Oh, yeah, Ollie's good.
You know, like
big fan.
We're not talking
big fan,
about,
OJ. Big fan. Bowing behind the camera.
We're also not talking about kind of like without being detrimental to anyone, like lower level video either. It's not like.
I would say
I
would say in this sector we are probably knocking out lower level video, but we're doing it in such a way that's hard and fast and digital first video. Yeah. That actually we're actually in going ahead of them.
You got no choice but to recognise.
You know what I mean? Ollie's his turnaround times and the style and it
speaks for itself. But what I'm getting at is like he put a post out yesterday. Said
who did?
The man
Ollie.
OJ.
Put a post out about having the opportunity to work with certain level of brands. You know, I don't know if we want to name names, but
go on, name drop them.
Okay, like Wasabi and Hotel Chocolate.
Yeah,
probably our two.
Sorry
biggest,
about that, everyone.
Probably our two biggest names. Like whatever, it is what it is. And why not be proud of the fact? You know, why not be proud of that fact? And
100%.
I think the point I'm actually getting it with is that Ollie's 21. How old are you? 21.
21. Just graduated university
with a first.
Yeah.
And he's working with, well, pretty much. Are they global? Can you say global?
They're
whatever. They're a big firm.
Big enough.
Big firms. You know. And I think that's credit to him.
Yeah.
But the best thing is when we took the work to them after a flawless day's filming. You know, we captured the brief. We helped them with the creative. You know, I was involved in that as well. To be fair with Ollie and the way Ollie captured the moment and getting the best out of the people on camera is just like that is an art in itself.
Yeah.
Like you might be a fantastic editor, a great filmmaker, but capturing those moments is very, very important.
100%.
And they were blown away. Boys, they were genuinely blown away, and off the back of that, we've booked in 3 or 4 more days filming. We delivered 5, 6, 7 assets to them. They're going to get loads more out of it, and our credibility goes through the roof.
That's wicked.
When John the plumber comes in and asks us whether we can help him rank his website and deliver a good video, then we can show him that kind of work.
I think on that front as well, I think there's something happened recently which I'm quite proud of as well. Is where like we've had multiple jobs to fulfil. And we've been able to do that.
What, on the same day? That was awesome.
On the same day.
Yeah. Well, not only that, in different locations. Was it? We had 3 on the same day, didn't we?
Something like that.
Yeah. We had 3 different films on the same day in 3 different locations, and we didn't even blink an eye, and we just got it done. Yeah, that's cool. That was cool. We knew you'd turn a bridge at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But look, we're not here to blow our own trumpets. Like, you know, we've done all right, boys. I think the point of this podcast moving forward will be to try and add as much value to people that want to listen as possible. I suppose, you know, you guys are both hugely talented, and if we can impart any of our digital wisdom of what we've learnt along the way, then I think that we should do that. I think we've certainly got an interesting story to tell.
Yeah. I think I'm the kind of guy where my talent seems to go like under the radar. Like, I don't actually have a physical talent as such, but I try. I keep the wheel.
You're
I keep
an
the wheel turning.
That's it, mate. Yeah. A bit of an unsung hero actually in our office.
Connect dots.
Yeah.
Connect dots and put out fires.
But without connecting the dots connecting the dots in an electrical circuit, mate, you don't get a light bulb at the end. So if there's one little thing that isn't working properly, and you're the guy that puts it in place, and the light bulb comes on, and nobody knows why the light bulb came on because someone connected a dot that nobody even thought about. So it's important, mate.
That's how I like to think of myself.
And Stav, you've actually come, I know you have as well, Chris, but you came from a bit of a more of a corporate sales background, in a much bigger spinning wheel than what we are. So you actually had ambitions for CRMs and stuff. I didn't even know what they meant. I thought CRM was a chocolate bar. Do you know what I mean?
Put your favourite chocolate bar in the comments as well.
But you were banging on about this chocolate bar for a couple of months. I thought, what the fuck is he going on about? No, on a serious note, that's been good.
Building
been
databases
good.
for
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
What is it? Why do I have to? Why do I have to put down our leads and opportunities?
That's it. So, out of all the rest of the staff, who do you think we should get in next week?
Getting here.
Yeah, Shannon. She'll be good.
Yeah, can do. She's quite.
You mentioned
Leanne.
I was going to give a little shout out to how well she's taken. So 3 days? 2 days ago, Ali joined us.
Yeah, 100%.
And Matt and I have, like, it probably don't sound quite right, but we've actually not had much input at all in terms of her training, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah,
like,
gotcha.
Let me tell you something I spoke to JB about in the other podcast the other day. This will make you laugh. This will show Leanne's progression as an individual. I don't even think I'll give her the credit she deserves, to be fair, but I think she knows. Danny and Leanne stood up the other day and started talking about a project.
Yep.
Have I told you this?
Don't think so.
No. I was sitting in my chair and Leanne stood up and I started talking to Danny about a project that I had no idea what they're talking about. And before at the beginning, I would know every client, every project, who's emailed who, what, and what that email said. That's called having your finger on the pulse.
Yep.
They stood up and had a conversation about a client. I didn't even know who the client was. Didn't know what the project was they were talking about. I didn't even know what the conversation they were having. And do you know what? Part of me at the beginning was like, man, I need to know what they're talking about. I feel like left out. And then I went like this. Yeah, it's just happened.
Yeah, that's good.
I've let go, and not I've let go, but we've let go and let people do their own job.
Yeah, 100%.
That is the time when it's happened. It's clicked in place. I've got so much trust and faith in them now. I just let them do the thing because I know they're that good at it now.
Yeah.
Do you know how important that is for the business to grow?
That's massive.
Yeah,
massive.
Like I just sat there and I was like, yeah, cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, the thing is, you've been building up to this point.
Yeah,
for so long.
But you can hold on to it, can't you?
Yeah,
I just sat there
100%.
like, yeah, that's.
You got to let it go.
Yeah, I was like,
let it go.
I just sat there like, yeah, that's wicked, and I had a little smile on my face, because the first part of me wanted to know what they're talking about, and the second part, I don't even bother. Do
you think
they've got it covered?
Do you think Steve Jobs knew what was happening in Line Yard?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it's probably.
He probably did, to be fair.
He probably did.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said for that as well. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a CEO or a boss or managing director or whatever knowing what's going on. I think it.
As long as you're not holding people back from doing their job.
Don't micromanage.
Yeah.
But knowing what's going on the shop floor is good.
I think we've all got it to learn in some way. Our speed of growth is probably down to the fact we're actually. I know I can get on everyone's back a little bit, but we're pretty good at that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
To let people crack on a little bit.
That takes pressure off me as well.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to know everything about every project.
No.
Like, I try to, because effectively
Don't you
it's
see
kind of my job. But
my dad, bless it, I shouldn't say this. He's run a shop, a very successful shop for 50 years now, and he's never hardly ever employed anyone because he always thought they would never be able to do the job as well as he did. Which is probably true, but employees and staff and team members don't need to, in my opinion.
I watched a program about.
Do you know what I mean? He can't go on holiday because he doesn't trust people.
I watched a restaurant thing about something like that the other day, and this bloke had been cooking these tortillas for 40 years, and he literally would not let anyone else cook it. He's
he's
no one will do it. No one can even cut potatoes like I do.
Yeah.
And then the presenter was like, "Well, let me have a go," and she cut. And he grabbed the knife off her, literally like within 5 seconds. No, you're not doing it right.
That's hilarious.
So where do you see, like in the next 12 months, lads? Where do you see the biggest challenges for us and whatnot? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. And what's most exciting for us? What are you most excited about and what are you most worried about?
Most excited about? What I've been most excited about is seeing how this room develops.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
And kind of seeing where that goes, because it is a little bit blind in terms, like, you can have a facility, you've got the studio, you don't really know how that's going to evolve, develop.
This is us taking risks, though, isn't it? We think we could sell this, and I think it's going to be good production. But will anyone actually buy it and want to use this space, which is available for hire, by the way, everyone?
Just throwing that
Get
out
in
there.
touch today.
Yeah,
but I actually think that probably is arguably going to be our biggest challenge, because we might actually need this space. Like, already,
100%.
Already our seats are run out.
but that's okay with me, mate.
Yeah.
We can hire somewhere else for this little studio.
Yeah.
What are you most worried about, as a sector? I
don't really know if I have any concerns about I don't have any concerns about what we do, because I think from day one we haven't actually looked at what anyone else is doing. Like, we're not worried about what anyone else is doing. There's room for everyone. Everyone's got their own. Yeah. Everyone's got their own USPs or whatever. They're doing their own thing. But I think I'm not concerned about us, because we've got you, Matt, who is constantly sort of keeping up with the times and knowing what's happening, what's relevant, what's current. Yeah. Chris is the same with SEO, and my role is kind of just to come in the back and make sure we're delivering it.
Chris, you got 30 seconds to tell me what you're worried about and what you're excited about.
Excited, just excited. Keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
Bring it.
There's always plenty of challenges.
Bring it.
There's always plenty of challenges, but
it's like at the end of it, as long as we're showing progress, doubling up, all good. Yeah, it's all right. We'll cover that another day.
We need a name. Yeah. Name the podcast.
All right. Okay. Well, I've enjoyed talking to you anyway. I think we could have gone on for another 20 minutes, to be fair.
Yeah.
So that's episode 1. A little bit of an introduction to us, the space, the business. Hopefully we can dive into a bit more about who we are, where we've been, and what we've had to overcome to get in this position. I think we've all got a good story to tell. But for now, thank you for listening and watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.